Friday. So our non-chord tone skill has been reviewed last week on Friday and then again this week on Monday. And today I'm going to walk you through half of your grade. So you need your non-chord tone, classwork number 1. We're going to do the top of the page together and then the bottom of the page will be up to you. So it's going to look like this, April 23rd. Here's what you're responsible for. Here's what we're going to do together. I hope that you have it printed out. I've pulled it over here and let's see these instructions. Circle the non-chord tone in each measure. Label everything else with the musical alphabet. If you need to, complete the chord charts below, which help identify the root of each chord. We're going to start there. So we're in the key of G major. So we're going to write our alphabet here. Make sure we know each chord's root. I'm going to circle the ones that we need. Measure 1 is all on its own first. Let me go ahead and put a box instead of selecting that. So all of this time, we are considering this music to accompany the 1 chord. That means that it starts with a root of G. So here is our G. And above it, we're going to skip the letter A. We're going to use the letter B. We're going to skip the letter C. And we're going to use the letter D. So let me go ahead and type those in. The root is the letter G. Above it, the middle chord tone is B. And then above that ledger line, the top chord tone is D. Because we've been asked to label everything with a musical alphabet, we are labeling our chord with the musical alphabet to make it easier to find our non-chord tone up here on the treble clef. Second line from the bottom, what letter is this? We have a G. Second line from the top, what letter is this? We have a D. Right below the bottom line, what letter is this? Letter D. And on the lowest line, what letter is this? Letter E. If you are not able to do that skill, you need to go ahead and pull up your musical alphabet and have it open while you do this project, this assignment. So what letters up here in the treble clef are not down here in the bass clef? Circle your answer. Boop. Beat 4 on the letter E is our non-chord tone. We're going to do the exact same thing for measure 2. Let's go ahead and give it a different color. Let's make it purple. Measure 2 has a completely different chord. It's going to be using the 5 chord. The 5 chord has a root of letter D. So we're going to see the letter D, skip the letter E, use the letter F, skip the letter G, and use the letter A. That brings us all the way over here. The root, the lowest note is D. Just below the lowest line, we have an F there. And then that lowest space, we know that that's an A. You really got to know your bass clef for this. Now it's time to go ahead and see what letters are in the melody up here in the treble clef. And whatever letters we find that are not also in the bass, that will be the non-chord tone that we circle. You know our instructions said circle the non-chord tone in each measure. That means we have one in each measure to circle. We've already seen this pitch on this page. We know that that's D. We know that our lowest space is the F of the word face. We know that our top line is F, every good boy does fine. And we know that our middle line is the letter B, the boy of every good boy. D, F, F, and B will circle the letter that is not found down here. Our answer is going to be letter B, because it is not in the chord of measure 2. All right, we have one more. Let's use the color green. Measure 3. We have found that measure 3 as a 4 chord, a C major chord. It's going to start with the letter C as the root, C being the C of all cows eat grass. Going to start on letter C. It skips letter D. It uses letter E. That E is, maybe this font is a little too big. That E is the next space. It's going to use the letter E right there. We're going to skip the letter F, and it uses the letter G. G is the top space. C, E, and G are the 3 letters of the musical alphabet found in our chord. We're looking at C, G, F, and E in the melody. Circle the letter that is not found in the bass. We will circle the letter F. That is not a chord tone. Let me show you what it would look like if F was in the chord down here. All right, I'm going to erase those letters. If F were in the chord, it would be right here. And it's not. It's not there. So for your grade, for the second half of this paper, not only will you need to have these 3 circles, pause here to make sure that your answer is accurate, but you will also need to complete in D flat major a circle for each of these measures. My suggestion is to keep making boxes around each measure so that you can see which quarter notes go with which whole notes. You don't need to talk about the 1 chord when you're looking at measure 3. They do not go together. Watch this video again if you need to. Circle the non-chord tone in each measure. Label everything else with your musical alphabet. If you need to, complete the chord chart below, which can help identify the root of each chord. I believe your first step should be to label everything with musical alphabet. Alrighty, I know this is a step up. You already have a 50% on this. All you need to know is to be able to translate this skill from G major into the key of D flat major. And you can think of it like D major if you need to, because the letters are all going to be the same. We'll submit this in our classroom. Non-chord tone class work 1. Here's the PDF I've given you. It's also on your stream. And you'll want to attach this work. Whoop. So you'll probably click add or create and attach your file. Feel free to do it on a tablet or phone as well. Congratulations, this is a lot of work with non-chord tones. This makes you officially qualified to take sections of test number 3. That means that we have a new topic around the corner, and the last portion, half a quarter, of this class is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of listening, and a lot of exploration of what music can become. So it's going to be great. Nice job. You've earned it. Have a great weekend. Week 4 is complete.